Hello and welcome to the Lowdown. Blessings in Jesus Christ. Pray this finds you well. Just wanted to talk as a thought today on the world is a stage. I think that Shakespeare / Francis Bacon is who said that, and he had good insight about the truth of that. So when we're looking at the world, I just want to take you back to a bigger picture here, because all these complications are beginning to arise, and people like alternative news and mainstream news are picking up kind of the mantra of the stage, kind of the stage opera or something. They're picking apart the details without talking about the general big picture as much. And I think it's really important to to keep that perspective that there is a monolithic conspiracy. There is a small group of people and beings that are ruling and shaping the world and influencing the world. It's not as complicated as it seems. For instance, Russia, World War III, the Middle East. I mean, listen, Netanyahu, listen, all the leaders of this world are of significant nations are in on it. I mean, it's just that simple. They wouldn't be in power otherwise. Netanyahu, Putin, Obama, they're all part of the same club. And I'm not going to fall for this, this person has individual thought, and this person is this, and they're against each other, because that's the game that they're playing. That's the game that they've always played. It gives some talk radio shows a lot of talking points. They can talk about how Russia is doing this and getting ready for war, and how Putin doesn't like this person, and yet Netanyahu and Obama don't get along, and it's the game. That's the role that they're supposed to play. So even if Netanyahu and Obama don't get along, which I don't think they do like each other, well, that is what the ruling power wants. They want them, they pick them because of that. And so they play their role. They get their instructions when needed. They're on a need-to-know basis. And other than that, they do what they want. But they don't do anything significant without getting instructions from the Vatican, from the people that rule the Vatican, or the Zionist. I mean, it's the same group of people, the Mystery Babylon, Kabbalistic, Jesuitical, Synagogue of Satan, fallen angels, Lucifer, Satan. So don't fall for this, all these complications. And a good way to discern whether there's somebody that is either a disinfo agent or just simply in error of thinking is to listen to them talk about the world situation. I mean, for instance, Alex Jones. I mean, he he's going on and on about Russia, this, and World War III, and all these specific, complicated, minute details. Yet, is he bringing up that they're all on the same team? And some people would say, well, that's just way too simplistic. The world is much more dynamic, and than to have, there's just not this group of people that are, ruling everything. I mean, there's factions. This is what they say. There's factions to this ruling elite, satanic ruling elite, and these factions are in disagreement with each other. Oh, I see. All right. Well, that sounds like you're trying to complicate it. Why is it so inconceivable that there's a single-minded conspiracy at the very top, and then below that you have the perceived complications and strife which foment wars, and these people that are antagonistic to others in this manner are who they place in power in order that their stage can be set with the right characters. I mean, the powers to be put Mao into power. They set up China. They set up Russia. They took down Russia, supposedly. They set up America. They pretty much infiltrated America from the revolution on. They've been here co-opting, infiltrating. I think America gave them a hard time, and there was actual Christian believers that were part of the founding fathers and part of our beginnings, which actually thwarted their plans a few times, and it took them a while, but America has been, on the stage as a player. And so every media outlet that is out there that is mainstream, and even the alternative ones that are, I would call them like fringe mainstream. They're mainstream fringe, like Alex Jones. Well, these are going to, the powers to be will not allow them to give people information that is going to expose the stage. If they put light on the illusion, then the illusion will disappear. And they can't have that, because the most powerful aspect of their control is the illusion that they have people under. It's like a spell. And if that spell gets broken by the truth, by the light of Jesus Christ, he's the one that gives us this truth and this power and this ability to discern the light and the authority to take down the vain imaginations and the powers of darkness. Well, they can't have that on any type of mainstream influential capacity. And they will not give it any play in their mainstream culture. So when Jesse Ventura or Alex Jones or these people get on cable network, they're either ignorant of the truth, so they're not a threat, or they are playing ball. They They've been given direction, they've been given orders, and they are following them. And if they didn't follow the orders and the directions from the ruling powers, then they would be killed like Tim Russert and like Breitbart. You see, every person that goes out of their direction is killed that has any influence, whether it's a musician, an actor, or a journalist, whatever. The only people that are going to be not killed are, the people that have Jesus Christ and are not compromised, and they're never going to give those people any time on their media, which makes me suspect someone like Rick Wiles even. I mean, he's been on cable, he used to work for TBN, and I've never heard him renounce that. I've never heard him talk about his testimony of how he figured out that they're total apostate and that he repents of being part of that. Actually, I hear him talk well about the Couch fellow, the owner, and the owner actually gave him millions of dollars of property. So what's up with that? And then he, plays into this stage, this illusion. I can't even listen to him anymore because he has people on talking about Russia, and he's basically a mainstream fringe news organization. Now, whether he's doing this because he's compromised and he wants to make a certain amount of money from rich people that won't follow him if he doesn't at least sound sort of like the world, or whether he's actually taking direction, I don't know. I think that he's just in error myself. While I think Alex Jones is actually groomed to be who he is. But either way, these guys are playing into that illusion. And the people that are listening to them are thinking, oh, yes, Obama's provoking Putin. And Putin is a good guy. He sticks up for Christianity and blah, blah, blah. This is the script. This is the script that the New World Order is playing. And these are what they're saying. So I understand that we have to talk about specifics here and there, but I think we always got to bring it back to they're all in on it. I mean, do you really think that there's a superpower nation that has a leader that is not under the control of the central banks, of the ruling elite that run the world? I mean, do you really think that the BRICS nations are actually going against the Rothschilds? Really? I mean, they own South America. They own China. They built these places. They've taken them over a long time ago. That's where all the Nazis went, to Argentina. They have the money. They have the power, the ability to do whatever they want. There's no leader like Putin that's going to take down the New World Order. I mean, that is silly. It's as silly as thinking that Snowden is actually really took all the files from the NSA and went and now is exposing them. And he went to China and then he went to Russia. And I mean, what in the world? They must think we're really idiots. But so anybody that's playing into this, I mean, the media, it's a Hollywood set. These shootings they're either absolute hoaxes and don't even happen, or they're totally manipulated and they really kill people, but they totally change the whole plot line. Think about it. I mean, Columbine, for instance, had the people there, the kids that witnessed it, they said that there was a dozen people there. I mean, there was like somebody with a clipboard that was there, like directing it. I mean, how creepy, you know? People really got killed there. But there was like much more than they ever reported. It was more than just those two guys. I mean, there was a whole CIA operation there. Nobody says anything about it. Nothing. And it's just so much deeper than people realize. And yet we're being. I mean, the reality of this world is in our perception. I mean, the illusion is in our perception, but it's becoming our reality because people perceive it to be. So it's manifesting. You know, lies manifest, sin manifest into death, and it's going to manifest into the World War III that we're all perceiving as inevitable. When actually the people in the billions are just simple people like us who don't want to be controlled and just want to live regular lives and just aren't worried about all this stuff. So what is the reality? I mean, the truth is there's just a huge genocide going on, and there's these ruling elite that are absolutely wreaking mayhem on innocent people every day. And there's nothing normal about it. There's nothing good about it. And the people just are oblivious because, I mean, it's too big for them to even imagine. It's too horrible for them to contemplate. And they feel helpless if they did. If only a fraction of people would just dispel the illusion and not play into it, then we would put these people in their place. And they wouldn't be able to get away with doing these things. We would just stop watching their media. We would just turn off the cable TV. We would just say, forget that, I'm not even watching. And then we wouldn't go to the sites, the online sites that they have. I mean, we would detect bullcrap and we would avoid it. Like I do, like me and my wife do, like the born-again remnant Christians do. And the people that are the lovers and seekers of truth out there, who should be Christians, and they will be when they wake up finally. But be careful of the people that are perpetuating the illusion. Even if they're well-meaning, if they're just ignorant or in error, then, whatever. Pray for them. I pray for Rick Wiles. I've gotten a lot of good stuff from him, but I've gotten a lot of good stuff from Alex Jones too. Both of those guys do a lot for waking people up. Yet they bring people to conclusions that might just be what the New World Order wants them to come to, which is easily controlled. And I believe, I don't really know it. Rick Wiles, when he had Tony Parker on, and he was buddy with him, and he allowed people on his show that were calling the Pope the Holy Father, and he was not rebuking them, and he was basically speaking well of them. I don't understand that. What fellowship does light have with darkness? How many people were getting influenced by that to think, well, we should be friendly, and we are on the same team as the Jesuits and the Catholics. So I'm just going to lock arms with the Pope despite our differences. I mean, he basically was promoting the one world religion, which is the most powerful aspect of the New World Order, period. Because if they take away our Bible-based fundamental Christianity, then we have no power. And the only reason why this New World Order hasn't taken over yet is because of the remnant born-again Christians all around the world. And everybody else hates us, but they don't understand that we're the only reason why they still have freedom. And Jesus Christ is the only reason why we can do anything. So praise be to God and Jesus Christ, not to the Pope. See, the world is dictating the perceptions of people to follow their stage performance. Everyone is being cast a role in the set of this stage as the play goes on. And Francis Bacon directed it under the guidance of Satan and his Kabbalistic Synagogue of Satan, Jesuit-inspired Mystery Babylon religion. Esoteric, sodomite, child-molesting, weirdo secret societies, Rosicrucians, Freemasons, you know? So, I mean, this is the stage. It is being set. You are witnessing the actors play their part. You have a choice to either clap and yell and boo and be part of the stage, of the audience and the stage. The audience is part of the play, just to let you know. And if the audience doesn't realize that they're an audience and that it's a play, then they're actually part of the play. I mean, have you ever watched a movie where they show a stage and there's an audience? See, that audience is part of the show, but they're actually an audience, but they're part of the show. So we're an audience that's part of a show. I mean, if you don't realize that it's a stage, it's not real. This world is not real. There's nothing real about it. If we all shut our TVs off, if we all stopped reading the news and stopped buying the weirdo music and stopped watching the wicked movies from Hollywood, then we would just suddenly be like, what is the problem? Why, people would be like, why did I think I was a woman when I'm a man? Why did I think I was a homosexual? I mean, why would I even go there? I mean, that's crazy. That's madness. That's insanity. Why would I do that? Maybe I should, think about my family. Maybe I should do natural things. Maybe we should take our country back. Maybe I should be a small farmer and grow our own foods. And maybe I should be a statesman and not a globalist. I mean, everything would fall back into place. The Bible would become our center of reality again, because it is. The Bible is the only source that gives us discernment against this world and the reality of its delusion. All the other books just add to it and validate what the world says. I mean, they're all just New Age rhetoric that perpetuates the lie. Whether it's Confucianism or Zen in the beginner's mind, or the Analects, or Bhagavad Gita, all this garbage. It's just New Age garble. It doesn't tell you what's going on. It doesn't tell you what is going on in the world today, but the Bible does. So, the world is a stage. Are you going to be part of the act? Or are you going to just walk out of the stage and say, I don't want to be part of it? And, I'm going to tell the other people that it's just a stage. you know? So I'm going to turn off the people that are perpetuating it. That's my thoughts today. I hope it blesses you. I hope it helps you. I hope it uncomplicates things and brings you to a simple perception, a pure, easy to understand perception. They're all in on it. Anybody that is on the mainstream scene is in on it. It's that simple. You don't get there anymore. You don't get put in front of people under the media as a leader unless you're part of it. And yes, Ron Paul is a part of it. Okay, and so is probably Ted Cruz. I don't know, but you're going to find out. If he's really not part of it, then he's not going to last long. All right. Okay, all right. Well, anyway, God bless you, and that's all for now.